If Florida kills property taxes, could this be the end of tax deed investing as we know it in Florida? Could that catch on throughout the rest of the country and tax deed investing is over? RIP, the last 200 years. Let's tune in today and find out how DeSantis' plan to remove taxes on property in Florida could affect the entire tax deed investing industry. I'm going to give you my take on it as a tax deed investor for over the last 22 years. That's exactly what we're going to dive into here today. So I did a reaction video to Valuetainment's awesome video on this, but I want to just kind of condense my thoughts on the topic here in a shorter video. So what does this mean for tax deed investing? Should you abandon the game altogether? Should you avoid getting into it? How is this going to affect things? So first off, tax deeds are one of the oldest, most reliable investment vehicles in America. Tax liens and tax deeds. Remember, half the states are tax liens where you get an interest rate, half the states are tax deeds where you buy the property. The opening bid is the outstanding back taxes owed. So how will this affect the industry, and is it possible? So we'll get into that here. If you're just tuning in, it's Dustin Hahn. This channel's here to help you learn how to make money with tax lien and deed investing. So if taxes went away, would not be good for this industry. So in the meantime, we give away this amazing free course called the ABCs of Tax Liens and Deeds. It's always in the description below if you want to start in this business. And we have thousands of videos on the topic to help you if you want to learn about this business. All right. So it's estimated that Florida would lose an annual revenue of around $61 billion if they get rid of property taxes. Florida would become the first state with no property taxes and no income taxes, which is pretty cool. And what they'd want to do is focus on protecting homestead residents like Floridians. And right now that basically is around 18 to $20 billion. Another 40 to 43 comes from non-residents who go there, vacation homes. So if they were to do this, basically Florida would have to go and raise their sales tax. So right now it's around 6%. Some fear it would have to jump to 11 to 12%. But DeSantis is claiming that he would not touch the sales tax. So this would obviously make it very appealing and a very, smart political move. This would appeal to a lot of people, especially the wealthier populations, right? In the, Valuetainment video, he said he pays $350,000 a month in property taxes. So this would save him millions per year. It could supercharge immigration from higher tax states. It could send a message that Florida is the ultimate low tax haven and encourage, more capital to come in or bring your money there. So, there's a lot of appealing aspects that kind of sound good on paper about Florida removing their property taxes. However, it's not as simple as just, striking your pen and removing all of this. There is a lot going on there. This is a massive revenue loss. $61 billion is too big. Florida relies heavily on this. 50 to 60% of that goes to funding the schools, county services, fire trucks, police, roads, all that sort of stuff is funded by taxes, property taxes. So counties depend on this money to operate it. And basically this has been around for a long time. So this would literally require a constitutional major change in legal restructuring. So the math just doesn't add up. If they go to a sales tax of 11 to 12%, it'd be one of the highest in the US. Where's the rest? Where's all the money going to come from? They're saying they would add taxes to tourism, things like that. There's a lot of things to do if they want to pull this off. And it would mostly benefit really wealthy people as far as, the boomers who already have lots of real estate as it is, ultra high people who are paying, for example, a couple million in property taxes. Eliminating that would be very, very appealing. So in my opinion, this is politically flashy, but the logistics just aren't workable. It's great for short-term headlines and, maybe building up your support or wanting to be remembered as a visionary. But, I don't foresee this happening as far as just everything that's involved. So I do think the tax deed investing industry is going to be safe. And the other side of it too is Florida is one of the most unique tax lien and deed states because they do both tax liens and tax deeds. So Florida's already optimized. Most states either do tax liens or tax deeds. Florida, on the other hand, in a tax lien state, one of the big benefits is if the tax lien doesn't, redeem, you get the property for the back taxes owed, which is amazing. That's a huge way. You know, if a property's worth $100,000, the taxes are $1,000 per year. They go delinquent. You buy the tax lien. After 3 years, you foreclose. You pay out the other two. You're into it for $3,000. Pay $2,000 to a lawyer to foreclose. You got yourself a $100,000 house for $5,000. That's the beauty of tax liens when they don't redeem and give you your interest. Except in Florida. Florida says, hey, you know what? Rather than you getting all that money, we're going to roll this over into a tax deed sale and almost like double dip and maximize the state income. So Florida is unique like that, and it's a very good system. There's a ton of opportunity for investors. So, you know, there's so much tied to all of this. You know, you have all of the counties who kind of act independently, and there needs to be a big what's in it for me for the counties to buy into this, because they're getting paid, you know, their retirement's locked up in this, their job security is locked up in this. And, you know, county people like their salary, and that's one of the reasons why you work for the government, is for that safe, secure income. So in my opinion, bottom line is I think this is very unlikely to happen. Maybe they roll it out in some counties or partial, partial implementation, or that, you know, there's going to be a lot of, it's not just going to be as simple as, oh, property taxes are gone. That's probably not going to happen, but it's something that has come up. I did a full deep dive on the valuetainment reply, but I just wanted to kind of condense my thoughts here into one video for you guys. So thanks for watching. If you want some help, hit thumbs up, subscribe. Remember, below this video is the best free mini course on tax liens and deeds to help you get started. It'll walk you through it step by step. It is for free in the description. You can go grab that. We have over 3,000 videos here to help you get started, and we'll keep a pulse on things so you can make some money with liens and deeds. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you in the next one.